she's unwrapped and cleaned in the cylinders and WD-40'd, and I'm getting ready to flip her over, and we will, there we go, and don't want to get demonetized when I'm not anyway. So this is your exhaust number 1, and this is your intake number 1. So 2, 4. Oops, somebody's writing me. And there we go. So I'm going to flip her over now. I have a short list today, so it will be. That's other things I got to do. Where did my list go? Well, I'll find it in a minute. And I've got so many lists today that that's not them, that I don't know what the first thing's going to be put on the oil pump. And I don't think I'm going to take that apart to put Vaseline in it, like you have to do on some old 350s and other motors that have more problematic, oil pickup systems, getting the vacuum going. So let's flip her over and see what we're going to do here. Now, I think, I want both hands for this. So don't go blaming the machinist when you run into things, okay? So you're the final arbiter of what goes on here. So this is where the oil pump goes. We're going to talk about that more in a second. If you look down in there, you can see filth. See that? You probably can't see it. Well, let's try it. I really don't want to scrape it out there without the vacuum going. But you can be, I can feel it and hear it. There's dirt therein. And so make sure that you're clean, completely clean, inside and out. And I generally will take my micrometer and I will measure I'll go into the one that's cleaner. The depth, 20, well, I'll tell you what, let's switch modes here. Let's go to millimeters. So it's like 21 millimeters there. Okay, so 21. And then you can go over to your oil pump and you can see everything here is clean and shot with WD-40 wherever I put it. There it is. And you got to get stabilized here to get going. So I got my WD-40 on spritz. I've got a new bottle of thread locker here and everything else. But back to this. So you can go down to this, and it's also right around 22 or 3. So here are the 2 bolts I have selected. So we're at somewhere around 40. I know that millimeters ain't right, but it's easier to work with. So if you do this and you put a washer on that and a gasket, you ought to be fine. And then you got the maximum amount of a thread there holding that oil pump in place. Now, I did not get the fancy 80-pound one. I got the regular 60-pound one, and there's what I got right there. 64 to 79 standard oil pump. And the other thing that I find I love about this, and I actually didn't, everything like I say here is clean. The oil pump, once you get it in and the rod comes through the block that has the special wings on it, and you know which way it goes because there's a hole right there, it actually stays on the outside. I'm not used to that, but it's fine because it's got this alignment dowel, which I understand is somewhat fragile and breaks it, but that feels really good. So everything's clean, everything's ready to go. I always put a little grease on my gaskets. As you can tell, this gasket is offset a little tiny bit, and it don't go that way because that hangs off into the block, and it looks to me like it goes more like this. And just make sure everything lines up. But we got to get this hole clean, and I am going to go to some trouble to do that. And some trouble means I'm going to get some brake clean with a nozzle, and I'm going to get these first to get the maximum amount of dirt I can out of it. And but before you go into any thread, make sure it's clean. Okay? Now I want you to know this sat in Blue's tank for 10 days or something. And I got a feeling this is not going to be pretty. Yeah, it's not pretty. See? So just get yourself a bunch of them things. And there's my trash can, one of my trash cans. So let's blow it out and clean it up. And like I say, I'm okay with this. This saves a lot on the spritzy bottle kind. I need a spritzy bottle kind. Oh, where are the spritzy bottle kinds? There they are. So let's get this, and that's about full good. Drop one of these the other day and snap the head off. What a pain. Of course, your hands are greasy, you know. What do you expect sometimes? So we've got, now I heard the other day that air-conditioned cars have 3-piece dipsticks. 1, 2, 3. And that's what I got. So you get your, what they call a baffle in the book. We call it a windage tray, I guess. You get this. Now the little part with the little push out goes toward the windage tray. Of course, there's no other way. And that'll guide you into the land of rhythm and pleasure. And the baffle calls for 18 to 15 pound-feet. So that with a little blue Loctite, and we got her. Okay, so that's protruding nicely. It's in good place. And my understanding is you can't take this out unless you take the center cap out. Boy, that's a kick in the head, isn't it? So anyway, that seems to be just fine. Cleaned and WD-40'd and everything's ready to go. And I'm ready to set my oil pump in. So let me do that. I wasn't going to say anything about this. Lots of sun, lots of rain. Devil's beating his wife, as they used to say. Happens a lot here. It's big sky. Big sky. What a big sky. Don't put the oil pickup on the oil pump. Put the oil pump on the oil pickup. You can take the girl out of the trailer. Don't forget to put your rod in before you do this too. So this is an interference fit. Hobie's going to be in action here pretty soon. And I'm just going to sort of, I'm not going to torque it down. I'm just going to put it on and make sure I got my pickup right and all that other stuff. So get your dead blow and she'll drift in there. It's a whole lot easier that way. And you don't need 4 people around to do it either. So hang on and I'll show you what she ends up looking like. Now, you don't end up doing a lot of damage. Just let that lip hold. And you can tell I'm in there pretty good and at a pretty good angle. So we're going to probably go in a bit more. And we don't have to take a hammer and a 3/4 wrench and beat this thing all over the place. And that's the way to do it. Oh, boy, that feels good. Oh, baby. Whew. It's stuffy back in that corner. So, yeah, there's a nice cool breeze. So, you know, we're going to drive her in a little further. But as you can actually tell, you don't have much of a gap there. So, let's just see where we stand on this thing. So, like I said, don't forget to put your oil pipe right there, and it's got these little ears on it, so you're not going to it's not going to slip through. You can't go the other way, so if you put all this together, you'll realize very quickly you'll be very sorry. So there you go. Gotta fix my hair. Okay, let's see what we can do with the dry fitting the oil pan. Some people will do the tin foil thing, Prussian blue thing, you know, whatever you want to do. But you don't really have much choice. And if you, whoa, big thunder boom out there. If you look here on what would be the original oil pump, you can tell it's a little bit at an angle. It has this baffle thing right here. So There's not a lot of play here. There's enough for you to mess up. So, put the oil pump on the pickup. It's gotten dark in here because of the storm. Usually gets dark here about this. Oh, whoa! That was about a mile away. Hopefully it's going away. It's almost 6. Man, that was 1 in a million there, wasn't it? Well, I thought I had something good to show you. Got a little chip right there. Can you believe it? So you can actually see the oil pickup right there. I don't know if the camera can see it, but I can. The oil pickup's just about a half an inch under my finger, under the pan. There is no gasket here, so you got to put that in your mind. And I don't know what that was. Okay, so I think I'm just going to leave that right there. You know where it is. So I got her. I got her right where I want her, and that's about it. So, but remember, the more this comes up, the more that goes down. And so if you look at the old one, you can see where that lip is driven all the way home. Okay, and it looks at about the same angle. So that's good enough for me. And so let's see how far I can get her to drive in, and then we'll be fine. And I've already put the pan on it. So you just got to kind of find your sweet spot. And I believe that to be the sweet spot right there. That little bit of an angle thing. Okay, and been a hell of a storm. Okay, so let me tell you here. It's just gotten so dark, so let me just turn the lights on. So what you run into is, I got the pickup right about where I want it. I got about, a quarter of an inch to go. But this gets in the way. Well, put your wrench in there. And then drive it down. And kind of makes you a little nervy putting a tack weld on that, don't it? Because you're starting to think to yourself, well, what if I blow a hole in it? Or damage it in some way? But I'm going to give her a shot anyhow, I guess. Maybe I won't. Because that is a hell of an interference fit. So you only got a little bit of room here, a little bit of room there, a little bit of room here. So let's drive her home. Just stick with me here. I don't know. Maybe that tack welding thing ain't such a marvelous idea after all. So there you go. That ain't gonna go nowhere. I mean, Jesus, that's a hell of a fit. So let's. It's always wonderful walking right there. So let's put it on there like we mean it. USA. And see what we get. You know, I'm proud of that idea. I actually have never seen that before. I just had to come up with something. So let's just see how it goes. Boys. So, I think I've got this thing. I'm just gonna trust that, and I'm just gonna go with it here. So let's see what happens. Well, if I didn't know better, I'd say that's just right, because with the gasket on it and everything, yeah, that's a heck of a storm. So, da-da-da. Okay, let's see what happens if you glob a little bit of this on there. Right over my head. You saw me jump there, imagine. Well, let's take a look and see how close I am. So there's no marks on there. grouchy out there, ain't it? Oh, that's going to be loud. I feel like Charlie Brown sometimes with the storms right over my head. So, nope, nothing yet. Okay. I wouldn't take that more than a millimeter or two at a time. Can't go back to the house and get anything. Oh, I think I see a little bit of blue. I think I see a little tiny bit. I think it's going to come out right here. So let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, I can feel it rocking. Okay, rocking pneumonia. And yeah, there it is. There's those two little blue dots right here. And that ain't exactly where she's hitting. But now, that blue, it won't dry. It'll get all over everything. So now we got a, good God. So now she's rocking a little bit. So make sure everything's clean. It must be hitting right here. There you go. So between that and your gaskets, you're going to be well within tolerance. And I was thinking something else while I was doing this too. So your oil pickup is down in here. So, all right, it's so flippin' noisy. Just clouds bumping together, I guess. Alright, big old clouds bumping together. So this is torqued down. Let me take you off of here. And I'll show you. So this is about as perfect as you can get it. You got your pickup tube in there. Let's just and got the grease. Those are torqued. Gasket in place. What's it doing out there? I got this. Oh, that's rain. Oh. Good gosh. I mean, it's right above my head. And I'm not putting my hand on them metal chains over there. You ain't going to be doing any of that. Good gosh. It'll be a nice, cool night tonight, though. I'm glad that window there's got... Well, house isn't on fire or nothing. All right, well... At least it's keeping the dust down, too. Okay. Let's... well, that's the way it is sometimes. All right, so I forgot. It's kind of troublesome when it's this noisy. So let me get my gaskets out and get this sealed up. So that's good. Those are in and torqued. I might want to check those, just kind of for fun. Where's my 1/2 inch? I don't think those are 9/16. Nah. Let's check these with a 1/2, and we'll get the gaskets out here. Oh, there we go. Nope, that ain't it. All right, we'll find it. Oh, it's a little rabbit. See the little rabbit? Hey, little rabbit. He's scared too. I don't blame him. It's been pretty scary. Look how bright it is out there. And it is still pouring rain. It's kind of beautiful, isn't it? Look out, Wabbit. That is really something else. Sun is shining bright, and it's raining to beat the band. Giving her what for, I guess. Ought not be doing that. I cut the grass today a little bit. That's good. God, look at the water coming off the house. Oh, a rainbow. Oh, I see a rainbow. Holy cow. This has turned it. Look at that big rainbow. I hope you can see it. I might die getting a picture of it, but look at that. It's just right there. It's like ending right in my field. I wish I had some kind of polarized lens or something. And it's ending right over there in that pole. The water's blowing in on the camera. Look at that. I'm getting my rear gasket wet, but I don't care. That is unbelievable. And there's a secondary rainbow formed just now. The double rainbow. Maybe that's a good omen for me building a motor. Unreal. That's as crack as I can get. I remember the first time I saw a rainbow, we were in an Ampha car. My dad had an amphibious car when I was a little boy. A German thing. It had a Triumph motor in it. Okay, well, there you go. It's getting more intense and by the second. What's it like over here now? The rain's letting up. I'm glad Daphne's inside now. She didn't have to suffer through all that. Couldn't put her inside at the other house because she smells so bad. Couldn't put her inside the garage. I didn't have a lean-to out there. But having a lean-to just kind of helps out. That is really beautiful. Okay, well, wow. I'm impressed. I can open my doors back up here in a minute. So I got my oil pan gaskets down here. And that's going to go in there. Now you see they got these tapers. And that's going to go like that. And so we're going to use some Indian head or some aviation. Hell no, we're going to use some flipping silicone. Now I think the later gaskets had them spikes on them. I don't know what that was about. So, anyway, you wonder what that T is on my thumb. That is to remind me to align the steering. That's pretty doggone good. The Velcro might get something right here if we're not careful. Got the little notchkas that go in there too. So, I don't know. Right there may be a good case to put some 3M glue and glue that thing in. I think that's where we're going, and then we're going to use silicone. And so let's wipe this down, and I'm going to glue this into place so it won't bow up and mess up when I put the pan on it. So we're about ready to bolt the pan. So we're going to have to look down in these holes, and all of these holes look good. Well, let's just try to keep it there. I know that it's clean. It'll be fine. And yeah, all of those holes look clean. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All good children go to heaven. So we've got all our bolts here in blue Loctite. Okay. Whew. Man, that was quite the event. Rabbit's over there beside the little motor grader. So she was what, 88? She's 75 now. Oops. I'm no good at the camera. I got a lot on my mind. I only got the one hand to work with. So give me a break. Let's open the windows and get some of this stuffy air out of here, since it's cooled off so nice. And this is the oil pump drive rod assembly. So anyway, you can tell it's quiet, can't you? Well, storm's gone away. So I've got all my, well, I can still hear it, but it's gone away for me anyway. I've got my piece of cork in here, and I use the ever popular 3M8001. Wonder why they put the part number way down there. They need to put the part number up here so you can know what it is, because once you start folding that up, you don't know what it is. Of course, everybody knows 8001, don't they? Okay, so you can actually use the oil pan nuts to sort of hold that in place. Make sure that it's seated, and that's looking great. So we're going to give that a little time to cure, and then I'm not going to use that on the side gaskets. I'm going to just use a little bit of the ever popular ultra gray 1 minute gasket. I hope you don't cure in 1 minute, because I need to take a little bit more time than that. Once again, I reiterate, do not get silicone down in your threads if you can help. Well, let's leave those there, that's right, because that'll give you a false tight. Well, I got an oil leak there, Mabel. Everything's tight, and the moon was bright tonight. And there's a kite. I went to college up in the mountains, and they talk like that. It's very endearing. So, okay, I got 4 left over, which means that'll be the 4 across the front right here. And I'm going to probably go ahead and do all that timing cover stuff up this way. So I'm proud so far, and okay, we're just going to give that a little bit of time. Okay, this is an exciting moment. I just got a call from Mick. He's at the beach eating tacos. I guess if he goes to Mexico, he'll have some crab meat or something. But anyway, this is pretty important right here. That doesn't really seem to be too wonderful right there. And it's kind of okay. There will be plenty, not plenty, but the right amount of some ultra gray right here. I got that down, and this one's the same way. Boy, it don't fit worth nothing, does it? So, yeah, that's going to be tricky. I'm going to do these one at a time. I'm going to put ultra gray on both sides. And then we're probably going to call it quits after that, because I'm having too much fun and I want to take my time. So I got a little thin bead of the ultra gray on both sides of this, and I got just a few minutes to set her down. And we're not going to go full hog yet on this situation. So I think I may put a little bit more there, and then we'll put her down. Well, let's see. It's about blue 30 here. 7:30, I don't know, something like that. So I've got this on here. I don't care. I got a little bit of the gray squeegee coming out of there. These are on here like at 1 foot-pound, hand, finger tight. And let's see. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. So I know that looks funky, but it works. You can just get things started, then you kind of can control it, get good even pressure on it, and dece away. And don't go too far. Now we're going to let that ultra gray sit there overnight. Then we're going to pull these out and put some blue Loctite on them, and then they torque. So I got the oil pan on, baffle on, or oil pump, oil drain plug. Oh, well, that's that thing on the side. So the drain plug goes 18 to 20. I used to just tighten them up, but I think it's better to do it that way. They make oil drain plug repair kits for a reason. It's because of the gorillas out there. So we're going to go, where have I got this? Oh, yeah, this is probably the one. And we're going to go 15 pounds, and we're going to torque it up. We're going to torque everything up right. Okay? That's the way we're going to do her. Now I'll tell you something else here. You don't have to worry about brake clean when you powder coat, because it'll stay on there, see? It won't come off. Neither will the stain. I don't know what that is. It might be something I baked in. I don't remember. So anyway, it ain't going to rust or anything. That'll be it for tonight, and we will stuff some plastic bags up in there in case there's a windstorm. After all that rain, I ain't too scared though. And then we'll flip her back over. But that's her. Thumbs up. Please subscribe. We'll talk to you later. Hope I can help some of you guys out, because I sure have been helped by YouTube. Thank you a lot.